Good afternoon, or perhaps good evening in some part of the region. I'd like to thank you, all the audience, to attend this very short interview, question and answer with the two resource speakers in the webinar Why Board Should Pay Attention to the Cybersecurity. We have Pierre Noel here as the expert practitioner on the cybersecurity and the likes, and we also have Leyal Savas here, is the IFC senior officer who's in charge for the Asia Pacific region. Thank you to both of you. May I ask then your willingness to share with us regarding two questions or two concerns about why board should pay attention to the cybersecurity. So these two questions, I do hope you don't mind to give your answer, your view, one by one. First question is about the future or kind of foresight of the corporate governance. Do you think there will be a big shift, a big change, a dramatic change to the post-COVID-19 or to the new normal? Do you think the corporate governance will change the structure of the corporate government, the process for the governance, or it might just revert to the cultural shift? Then, or perhaps, is there any trend perhaps that should be watched out in this particular concern?
Is there going to be a big move of board accountability as regard to digitalization, especially post-COVID? Yes. We see COVID has generated new types of issues, and it also shifting organization to rely on digitalization more and more. And we see a lot of organizations that would have some mechanisms in place that would not make use of IT or digitalization extensively, now forced to consider that. And consequently, there will be even more burden on digitalization from a cybersecurity angle. And so there will be a need for organization to really beef up the cybersecurity protection, because increasingly more and more of the organization will rely on IT and IT-related techniques.
Corporate governance is all about processes and structures in which a company is managed, directed, controlled, and supervised by the regulators. So as a result of COVID-19 pandemic, we do not expect any dramatic changes in corporate governance structures, but of course there will be certain changes as the external environment changes. The business models of the companies, they need to adjust themselves. And here, Board of Commissioners, they need to play an important role. They need to make sure that companies have the necessary CG framework in place. They need to review their risk management framework. They need to review their control environment and make necessary changes. For example, they may decide to appoint new commissioners with different skill sets. They may decide to appoint commissioners with cybersecurity expertise, or ENS, environment and social expertise. They may choose to establish new committees, new board level committees. They can be ad hoc committees for the duration of the COVID-19 pandemic, or permanent committees. I think it's important to remember here that corporate governance, it's never a destination, it's always a journey. So corporate governance framework needs to be reviewed, improved and strengthened.
Second question is, will there be a big move of board accountability as regards to digitalization? Either it is a viewpoint of Industry 4.0 or 5.0 or the likes, or alternatively, what is your view about the future of the board's accountability? Given the fact of increased digitalization, the world become more and more united, become flatter, all the world become so much borderless, especially toward the new normal, whereby also millennial on board, and so on and etc.
I don't think that corporate governance is going to change significantly post-COVID. We have organizations that already have proper governance, proper risk management, and can integrate new risks such as COVID, and these organizations will be able to do as they used to. It will be a wake-up call for organizations that do not yet have proper governance in place and proper risk management in place. Probably the COVID is a wake-up call to let them understand that there are risks, operational risks that were not necessarily known before, and these have to be integrated into the governance process for the organization. So, to summarize, for organizations that are ready with the proper governance, I don't think COVID is going to change anything. For organizations without proper governance, COVID might be a wake-up call.
The board sets the tone at the top and shapes the corporate culture. It is critical that board communicates corporate values with the rest of the organization. And this can be about good corporate governance practices, integrity, taking good care of all stakeholders, not just the majority shareholder. Board should walk the talk, and board should be nimble and agile. Board needs to perform competency and skills assessment at least once a year and identify competency gaps and weaknesses. And the collective skill set of board should include expertise on cybersecurity, automation, digitalization as appropriate.
Let us express our sincere thank you to both of you. Ms. Leyal Savas, thank you very much. To Pierre Noel, thank you very much for your viewpoints during the discussions with us. To the audience, we do hope that a very short conversation today is going to give benefit to you, to your organization, and also to the generations to come. I would like to highlight one thing before closing, i.e., digitalization is a wake-up call to all of us to even practicing a better corporate governance. I do hope this short session is again give and add value to all of us. See you in other occasion. Thank you very much. Good day. Stay healthy.